Hello and welcome to Travel Tales, my weekly podcast. I'm Isabella, the virtual travel agent within the new JourneyHero travel app that is now available for you to download. During each episode of this podcast, we visit a particular location around the world and speak with travellers that are empowered by JourneyHero every day. If Amsterdam had a superpower, it would be shape-shifting. The vibrant city can be anything you want, a romantic cityscape, a cultural learning experience, or even a week-long party. Here with us today to speak about her experiences in Amsterdam is Anita. Welcome to Travel Tales, Anita, and please tell us why the city is so special to you.
Hi Isabella, thank you for having me. What makes Amsterdam special to me is, well, I say it's really about the feeling that you get from being in a city. When I say that, I mean you have the charm of the buildings that line the streets and canals. They look so delicate, but there is also a charm to them because they're all a bit lopsided. It's really what makes Amsterdam unique in my mind. You also have that laid-back element of it, which is really reflected in the cafe culture that they have there. Normally, you have a view of what to expect in a cafe, but Amsterdam really blew my mind with smokers casually enjoying cannabis while eating a snack. It was all very new to me.
I know just what you mean. Honestly, it's no wonder people keep coming back again and again. What is the best time of year to visit, in your opinion?
Best time of the year to visit is spring and autumn. I would actually recommend to go in spring because of the tulip season, and it gives the whole vibrancy and color to the city that you probably wouldn't see otherwise. In terms of how long to stay, I think that 3 or 4 days are ideal to see and experience everything that Amsterdam has to offer. I would recommend staying in either the Dillen, which is a charming and luxurious boutique hotel located very close to the city centre. It's an amazing location, has the friendliest staff, gorgeous rooms, and food is really good. As a budget-friendly option, I would recommend Motel 1. This hotel is slightly out of the city centre, but there is a shuttle service into town and it's quite close to the airport.
2 excellent choices. For any art enthusiasts out there, I'd also recommend the Lloyd Hotel and Cultural Embassy. This super creative hotel has rooms decorated in different art styles, with some rooms even having a swing. And speaking of unique, what are some things you can only experience in Amsterdam?
There are so many exclusive things that you can do only in Amsterdam, like for example visiting Bloemenmarkt, which is the only floating flower market in the world. The flowers there are amazing, the smell is so good. I actually picked up a bunch of tulips and brought it home with me. Then if you're a big fan of Van Gogh like I am, and you would like to see famous paintings such as sunflowers, the bedroom or irises, I would definitely suggest visiting Van Gogh Museum. Make sure you book your ticket in advance because it was very busy when I was there and I was waiting for so long to get in. Then we have Canals, and even though they're not unique to Amsterdam, I think the canal tour is something you can't miss while in Amsterdam. There's so many tours you can take, but I would suggest renting a smaller intimate boat for better experience. The first time when I went on this tour, I used the whole memory card on my camera, taking pictures of everything. One thing that's really unique about the canals though is that every year Dutch people gather around the canals and celebrate King's Day. So King's Day is birthday of their king, and everyone wears orange and there are thousands of party boats cruising down the canals. It's a very fun thing to watch. Now, people are usually quite familiar with those things, but if you want something a little more daring, then I would recommend taking a walk through the red light district at night. It's always super busy and real overload on all the senses, but despite all that and the sex shows and museums, it also has a lot of good street food which you can try. I mentioned their laid-back cafe culture earlier, and I think there are 2 places in Amsterdam that you should definitely visit, and one of those places is Bulldog the First, which is a cafe, but also has souvenir shop and a little terrace at the front. The second place is Barney's, which is inside this cute little building with a decor inspired by an old-fashioned apothecary. Both of these places are great to relax, enjoy a coffee and have a little smoke if you're for it. Also, while I was in Amsterdam, I took this short trip to a place called Zaansen. It's a small village just outside of Amsterdam, and the whole village looks like it's stuck in time. with chocolate shops, shoe workshops, and of course traditional looking windmills, which you can see up close and even get to take a look inside. It was really fun learning about the history of the windmills. You can even see how they're using them now for things like sawing woods, grinding spices and making flour.
One thing is for sure, you'll never be bored here. We'll hear more from Anita on Amsterdam after this message from our friends on the Journey Hero team. Search, book and buy travel easily with the new JourneyHero app, now available for download on the Apple App Store. An Android version will soon follow. JourneyHero operates differently from other travel apps. After you book and even pay, the app will continue to look for better deals. When it finds a better deal, it will give you the option to change, and, if you accept, it will refund the difference in fees directly to your form of payment. No vouchers or in-store credits, just money back. How cool is that? We help you find the best travel deals possible so you can focus on what really matters, making memories that will last a lifetime. What will you make possible with the JourneyHero app? Now that you've told us a bit more about the city, what are some hidden gems of Amsterdam?
I would say the hidden gem of Amsterdam is definitely the Tulip Museum. I didn't know it existed. I actually found it accidentally while I was visiting something else nearby. It's a really, really small museum. It has a souvenir shop at the front and it teaches history of tulip from the beginning, how it got there to Netherlands until present day. So it covers everything. Then there is this thing called Secret Garden Tour, which we took, and they took us on the tour of the luscious gardens behind the houses along the canals. You can also arrange to add tea or picnic to the experience, which is what I did, of course. Then another secret gem, I would say, are the 9 Streets area in the Jordan neighborhood. It's really good for casual stroll. It's actually networks of streets and they're all lined up with different art galleries, vintage shops, aesthetic bars and cafes, and it's a fun place to spend your afternoon.
That secret garden tour sounds right up my alley. Something else I'd recommend seeking out are the tiny hidden houses in the De Jordan neighbourhood. Anita, are there any special festivals or events in Amsterdam that you've enjoyed?
There are many special events happening in Amsterdam all year round, especially music festivals, but I would recommend 2. One is Mystic Garden Festival, which is dance festival where you can watch music performances by various artists, theatre acts. There are several stages with surprising lineups. The other festival is Milkshake Festival, which is heavy rave festival. Another special event I would really recommend is Tulip Festival. So that is happening from March to mid-May, and it's basically a festival to celebrate tulips and flowers in general. So there are many events and displays all around Amsterdam to celebrate this flower. But I would recommend visiting Keukenhof Gardens. There are some amazing displays of tulips and flowers in general. Or you can watch Flower Parade, which is happening every year on a different date, so you would have to look up that before travelling.
Amsterdam's tulips are so beautiful to witness, and just one of the city's many scenic places. Tell us, Anita, if you only had 24 hours in this city, what would you choose to experience?
If I only had 24 hours in Amsterdam, I would start my day with breakfast at this amazing breakfast place called Coffee and Coconuts. They have their own roastery, so coffee is always great. And I would recommend having hot mess breakfast tacos. They're so delicious. After that, I would take the canal tour maybe, or just walk along the canals, explore the streets, go shopping. Then I would have lunch at this place called De Kas. It's one of my favorite restaurants in Amsterdam. It's located in a set of greenhouses. The food is organic and prepared with their own vegetables and herbs. They change their menus depending on the season, so it's always a fun surprise when visiting. I would then spend the afternoon at one of the museums at the Museum Plain and then relaxing in the Wandelpark. I will finish the day at the Goyer Brewery, which is a small brewery and the windmill. they offer tours and tasting of their organic local beers, and it's a really interesting place to see.
I don't know if I could pick better myself. One last question for you, Anita. What's the one secret about Amsterdam that you wish everybody knew?
One secret that I learned about Amsterdam is that you are able to yell "bakkie" at the local riding a bike with a yellow rack on the back of the wheel, and you get lift anywhere you need to go. That's Amsterdam's styles of hitchhiking, I guess.
Thanks for listening to Travel Tales with me, Isabella. Before we go, be sure to download the new JourneyHero app, available worldwide on the Apple App Store. Follow us on social media for more travel inspiration of destinations around the globe. You can also sign up to our newsletter from our website, www.journeyhero.net, to receive updates from me.